To prepare a baked pound cake. The process of making a baked pound cake involves the following steps: the gathering of material and apparatus, creaming of the butter, and pounding in the sugar, addition of eggs, the annexation of the dry ingredients, and baking the cake. However, before this discussion begins, I would like to pose some questions. How many of you have ever baked a pound cake? How many of you have ever prepared a baked pound cake at their homes or have even thought of preparing a baked pound cake at the residence? Hence, through the nonverbal responses that that I am receiving at a simple glance to your faces, I can simply conclude that none have ever attempted to bake a pound cake at their homes. Now, be now I would like to beware you that you incurred a lot of costs while purchasing the already prepared and preserved baked pound cakes at the shop on high expense. Thus, in order to relieve you the expense of purchasing those already baked pound cakes, I will introduce you to the 6 steps on how to prepare a perfect baked pound cake at your own premises. To begin with, gathering of the materials and apparatuses, where the material or the items that will be used in the process, while the apparatuses is the device that you will use in making the pound cake. The material required in the process of making a baked pound cake includes 3 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 to 3 cups of cake flour, and should be spooned as well as being leveled with a measuring cup and straight edge respectively. A quarter teaspoon of salt, 13 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which should be soft, and a 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of sour cream and powdered sugar. The apparatuses required is an oven, a pan, a spoon, a mixer, paddle, and a bowl. Secondly, creaming of the butter. You will begin by heating the oven up to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, followed by preparation of the pan to 10-inch bundled through greasing of the pan in a careful manner, mostly on the flutes. Now, using the attached paddles and a standard type mixer in a bowl, beat the butter that is already softened slightly during the preparation process for 1 minute and ensure that it is fluffy and light. The temperature of the butter is very crucial and it should be maintained at around 70 degrees Celsius, in which it will already be firm. Since it is impossible to have a thermometer at home to measure the temperature, you detect the temperature manually through the waxy feeling of the butter when pressing it down softly and leads to the formation of slight dents. The next step is beating in the sugar. To whip the butter and a light amount of sugar while beating constantly at the addition of sugar, beating should continue for a duration of 5 to 6 minutes. The function of the sugar in this step is to form the microscopic air pockets as it cuts through the butter, and this leads to leveling of the butter and creation of proper aeration. Also, you should add the extract or any flavorings at this particular stage. Hence, you shall add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and salt to leaven the butter. However, this step that follows is the addition of eggs. You should break the eggs one by one while adding them to the mixer and enhance through beating at the every addition in order to smoothen the mixture. The eggs contain fat, water, and as well as the yolk. Since the water and the oil are immiscible and immerfusable, is required to mix them in order to smoothen the mixture through suspending fat molecules in the water. In this process, the yolk acts as the emulsifier that eliminates curdling of the mixture. When you observe a slight curled appearance of the butter after the addition of the eggs, do not be worried since the emulsification process has already been effected, and through the addition of the flour, excess water will be absorbed and the butter will smoothen. However, you annex the dry ingredients through turning off the mixer slowly in the mixture. Now add them a little at a time and make sure you mix the dry ingredients together with the mixture until they are completely combined. Then add the sour cream. Stir the mixture slowly until the mixer is until it is smoothened. You should make sure that there is even distribution of the mixture. Then using a spoon, scoop the batter into an already prepared pan. Lastly, baking of the cake. You should bake the cake for about 50 to 65 minutes. Then let the cake to remain in a pan for about 10 minutes. Then remove it from the pan and cool it on a rack. You should also consider the type of pan to use in baking since pound cakes at times stick to the pan. Thus, if you happen to use a abundant pan to bake, make sure that you grease it throughout. Okay? I will propose you use a non-stick pan since it assists in the light dusting of the flour. Also, loaf pans make baking easier since the bottom can be lined with parchment paper. Constantly, after the cake has cooled completely, use a fine sieve to dust the cake with powdered sugar. Now serve the baked pound cake. The ingredients required to make the baked pound cake is readily available, as they are the ones you use in your kitchen daily. Also, the availability of the ingredients and the apparatus is abundant in the market under less cost. I prefer baked pound cake to any other type of cake due to its high nutrition content.